like to welcome each and every one of you to this beautiful Tuesday, April 7th, for our 7th meeting of the Board of Directors in calendar year 2026. We'll begin with the invocation by Carl McCormack with Westminster Presbyterian Church, and I'll lead the pledge. All rise.
The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Gracious Lord, we gather to give you thanks for this beautiful early springtime day. We thank you for the work that we've accomplished, appointments kept, phone calls made, meetings convened, friendships renewed, and new friendships made. Now, as this day winds down, we gather here to do the hard work of governing and providing services to your people. Grant the members of this board the vision and courage to make the right decisions for the benefit of the community. And by the presence of your Spirit, may their work this evening be done in an amicable and respectful manner, recognizing the worth and dignity of each citizen. Grant us your grace. Grant us your mercy, and on this troubling evening, grant us peace among all your people. For it is in your holy name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now call this meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Director Aaron Holliday. Here. Director Phyllis Beard.
Present.
Director Marcia Dobbs-Smith.
Here.
Director Dudley Webb.
Here.
Director Karen Garcia.
Here.
Director Steve Trusty.
Here.
Mayor Pat McCabe.
Here. At this time, we'll consider approval of the agenda. Are there any additions, deletions to the agenda, or items to be moved from consent agenda to new business? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve. Director Garcia, seconded by?
Second.
Director Holliday. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Agenda is approved. This time, we'll consider approval of the minutes of the regularly scheduled meeting of March 18th, 2026, and March 31st, special called meeting of 2026, March 31st, 2026. Are there additions, deletions, or corrections to the minutes as presented? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion. Motion made by Director Webb, seconded by
Second.
Director Trustee. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Recognition of guests. We have a number of special items here under recognition of guests. We'll first call upon Mr. Gary Troutman, President and CEO of Greater Hot Springs Chamber of Commerce and Metro Partnership, for the Economic Development Report. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor, Board. Appreciate it. And let me start again, just congratulating you on yesterday. I don't think the word monumental is even big enough for that, but thank you all, and what a wonderful day for Hot Springs. Since we met last month, I'll just go over some highlights of the report. Dr. Porter, Jack Porter, and Cole and I hosted a group, another prospect for Army Navy, and appreciate Mayor and Bill attending that event. While I think they're probably going to go a different route, it never ceases to amaze me that there's still interest in that building and property, and we're grateful for that. I wasn't able, Gary had a family thing and wasn't able to send you the spreadsheet. I'll get that to you later this week, but just several meetings on workforce specifically he's been on this month. Cole and I met with, I told you a month or two ago, the retired Dallas Chamber executive moved here. Frankly, had a role similar to Cole's in economic development, and she's just a plethora of good information and contacts with site consultants in Dallas. So we've been working with her further. Gary and I have been working to get more and more folks to draft day. I'm going to conclude with that here in just a minute. Leadership Arkansas spent their 3 days in Hot Springs over March, and not coincidentally around the St. Patrick's Day Parade. They planned that pretty well to the T. But I did want to point out that we had a record tying number of attendees from Hot Springs this year. Our own chamber chair, Karen Witt, Jonathan Hamner, Brad Hall, and Jason Hudnall. Energy vendor had a vendor fair, just significant attendance at the DoubleTree, getting ready to build, I believe, a new plant on Lake Catherine. Cole did present to that leadership group, by the way, on the development and evolution of downtown over the past 12 years. Obviously, Majestic Committee was here to present before you a couple weeks ago. Recommendations. Was fortunate to host Alicia Pisano is the new Arkansas Hospitality Association Director, but her background is economic development for the Cabot and Maumelle chambers and EDOs. Hosted her and her team on the 19th. We took a tour of National Park College's culinary and hospitality facility and a lunch visit with Sadiq Mir at Fisherman's Wharf. I know you know he's recently acquired that restaurant. Good meeting with him, and they further went on to Oaklawn after we visited with them. Cole and I hosted the Arkansas Economic Development Commission project team. This is something that we used to go to Little Rock regularly before COVID and present to them in their conference room. That kind of, like many things during COVID, it didn't take on afterwards, but we hosted them and just told them all the great reasons that they need to help us with projects here in Hot Springs. Something that we don't do probably often enough, but we're available to do and would love to do. We spent most of the afternoon with an executive from out of state that one of our local manufacturers is looking at to be their national sales manager. And as anyone coming here that wasn't familiar with Hot Springs, just wanted to know the lay of the land and where things are and just some information. So we spent half a day just taking him around and answering his questions and showing all the great things that you would do if you had Hot Springs to show off for several hours. Gary and I participated in mock interviews for Lake Hamilton High seniors last week, interviewing about 25 students each day. And I was so proud on Easter Sunday. I was just driving the bypass, and Lance will vouch for me. We were told no less than 4 or 5 times we would never get signage for the Passport Center. And I told you months ago it was happening. I'm starting to wonder myself, if we're being honest, but it got placed last week. And if you're going or coming from McLeod, I think you'll notice some two new additions. So we've got some folks at the Passport Center who are very happy. I want to congratulate, if I may, I know this is the March report, but we had our Metro Partnership Banquet today. I want to thank you all that were able to come. Our winners were Economic Force, Mountain Valley Water with their big project last year. Economic Development Leadership was Matt Bell from Origami Sake. Downtown Trailblazer was Embassy Suites. I know you'll recall they spent $14 million in renovation on the hotel. Historic Preservation Champion out of the park, and Wally Stone is right here in the front row. Congratulations, by the way, Wally. Community Leadership to the Majestic Committee, and the Chairman's Award that Brian Smith, as our chairman, was given to Rick Williams. As mentioned, Draft Day is right around the corner. We'll have that at Lake Hamilton. We're setting up tomorrow. That'll be Thursday and Friday. I've told you before, it's the largest one of its kind in the state. We broke last year's record. We had 61, and we're going to have 64 companies, 17 schools, and roughly 1,200 students again. We've got Academic Excellence Banquet at Hot Springs High this year instead of the Convention Center on the 22nd. We've got the Elected Officials Appreciation Breakfast. I hope you will all come for that on the 24th. And Cole and I will be visiting site selectors in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at the end of the month. And Mayor, that concludes my report for
Very good.
March.
Any questions of Mr. Troutman? Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
We have a few proclamations for tonight. The first is actually a proclamation acknowledging receipt of the certified results of the March 3rd, 2026 primary election. Proclamation acknowledging receipt of certified results of the March 3rd, 2026 primary election. Compensation for the members of the Board of Directors of the City of Hot Springs, Arkansas. 4, 1,550 votes, against 2,698 votes. There's no vote required of here, just a recognition of the results. We have two other proclamations. The first being the National Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. And I see Tracy Childress and Holly. Please come forward, and other staff members of the Cooper Anthony Child Advocacy Center. I'll read the proclamation as follows and present the same to you. Whereas child abuse and neglect are serious issues affecting every segment of our community, and addressing them requires collective awareness, responsibility, and action. And whereas the children of Hot Springs are our most valuable resource, and their safety, well-being, and development are essential to the future of our city. And whereas child abuse can result in long-term physical, emotional, and physical harm, while protective factors help reduce the risk and promote healthy child development. And whereas effective prevention efforts are strengthened through partnerships among partnerships among child welfare professionals, educators, healthcare providers, law enforcement, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, and families. Whereas prevention remains the most effective way to protect children, and our community must continue to support programs and initiatives that ensure every child grows up in a safe, stable, and nurturing environment. Now, therefore, I, Pat McKay, Mayor of the City of Hot Springs, on behalf of the entire Board of Directors, do hereby proclaim April 2026 as National Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month in Hot Springs, Arkansas. In witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city to be affixed on this 7th day of April in the year of our Lord 2026. And I present this to the Cooper Anthony Child Advocacy Center. Here you go. Please feel free to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor. Let this proclamation serve as a call to action that we remain vigilant in speaking up when we see something that's wrong, and continue to build a healthy, strong community that we can ensure that every child has hope and dignity, and that together we can make a difference in the life of a child. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next proclamation is recognition of Junior Auxiliary Week, and we'll present this to Virginia Liberty and Bailey Roach, and they got the large group of Junior Auxiliary membership. Proclamation reads as follows. Whereas the Junior Auxiliary is a national nonprofit organization dedicated to serving children and families, which provides women with opportunities for leadership through hands-on projects, advocacy, and education, fostering a lasting commitment to volunteerism. And whereas the local chapter, long known as the Junior Auxiliary of Hot Springs, has faithfully served the schools and families of Garland County, beginning as a provisional chapter in 1953 and celebrating 70 years as an official chapter since 1956, and now reflects that broader impact through its name, Junior Auxiliary of Garland County. And whereas the Junior Auxiliary of Garland County provides meaningful service through programs such as JA On Call, delivering essential items to students in need, the Crown Club, engaging high school young women in leadership and volunteerism while supporting education and strengthening families through additional programs and fundraisers, including Heart for Art and Crawl for Kids. And whereas Junior Auxiliary Week offers an opportunity to recognize the organization's positive impact and inspire continued service within the community. Now, therefore, I, Pat McKay, Mayor of the City of Hot Springs, on behalf of the entire Board of Directors, do hereby proclaim April 6th through 10th, 2026 as Junior Auxiliary Week in Hot Springs, Arkansas. In witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city to be affixed on the 7th day of April in the year of our Lord 2026. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Board. I just want to kind of reiterate a couple of things that were mentioned in the proclamation, and that this says the 70th year of this organization locally. Nationally, the organization's been around since the 1940s, always focusing on essential aid to children and families in need. The change in the name from Junior Auxiliary of Hot Springs to Junior Auxiliary of Garland County is just going into effect this year, again to reflect the broader reach that we've worked on this past year with reaching out to deliver items regularly to schools all the way across the county. Some of the things that were mentioned here as well, the Crown Club is going to be a new program that we're launching. So we'll be looking for young women who are interested in engaging in a program to help with volunteering and in reaching out and working with children. And then these other programs, Heart for Art, of course, is to promote heart health awareness. And then Cause for Kids is actually a fundraiser that will be put on for the Trilix Casa organization, actually. So we do our own fundraiser in January for our projects, and then we do this other fundraiser for this other organization. So I appreciate you guys recognizing this and putting this proclamation together, and for everything that y'all do. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate your service. At this time, we'll hear from our very own city manager, Mr. Bill Burrow, for the city manager's report. Bill?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board. I'll start off as I normally do, and this is a rather long list tonight of our new hires that are coming on board with the city. Andrew Smith at Hot Springs Memorial Field, airport line attendant. Kayla Mutter, Garland County District Court Deputy Clerk. Several new fire department. As you recall, we'll be manning our new station here in just a few weeks. Fisher Bissell, Connor Cheek, Braden Clark, Colton Featherston, Jacob Jackson, Spencer Kaufman, Dakota Moncrief, Max Smith, Lyndon Vaughn, and Mason Vincent have joined the Hot Springs Fire Department as firefighters. We look forward to their service. We have Reese Martin and Quentin Spear, our new Hot Springs Police Department police officers. Jonathan Burgeon has joined the Solid Waste Department as a driver. Mike Graves, a Street Division Urban Forestry. He's an equipment operator. And then Austin Buck at our utilities wastewater lift stations as a maintenance tech. I want to welcome all of those individuals into the city and the city's family. So thank them for their soon public service. Parking, talk a little bit about parking. The realignment of downtown parking program has shown some early but positive results. The gross March revenue reached $102,000, almost $103,000, about a 62% increase over March of 2025. Despite a 55% reduction in the number of regulated paid spaces from about 1,100 to 500, the city has achieved record high revenue yields for March of 2026. Compared to all of the monthly 2025 gross revenues. A few of the factors contributing were rate standardization, going to the flat rate fee that we have downtown. I think it helped in some of the confusion. Our goal is still to bring Park Mobile into the mix. Permit reform, the discontinuation of the employee permits in the secondary zones. It opened up some additional high demand spaces for visitors and those paying customers. Targeted rate adjustments, increasing that secondary zone rate from $1 to $2 has also helped the revenue per space. So far, the data shows that, really a more focused paid parking program generates higher total revenues and better efficiency than the previous model that we had. The board did task staff with developing a downtown parking committee to continue to talk about that in terms of our merchants and building owners in the downtown area. I think I've got 5 so far named to that committee. Kind of took a break for the month of March, spring break. It's all they can do to handle the number of people that we have in town. So did speak with a couple of them today, and we'll get back on that meeting with those representatives. That it's not the Downtown Merchants Association group, but it is merchants that work downtown. So we are still moving forward with that as tasked by the board. On March 23rd, work began on Phase 2 of the taxiway A and B shift project. That includes removing nearly 3,000 feet of the existing asphalt. The taxiways have been relocated about 60 feet south, which is going to open up additional hangar development spaces as well as a better access to runway 5. The project is focused on rebuilding the main taxiway intersection and repairing a significant pavement issue. We've also got a contractor that's soon to start on the ceiling of the building, so we'll be working on the terminal, several areas of the taxiways and runways, so a lot of work happening at the airport. March 13th, the Community Resource Center launched a new free LifeNet Community Paramedic class in partnership with LifeNet. The class offers practical health education, including healthy habits, medication management, recognizing warning signs, and when to call 911. Classes are held monthly on the second Friday from 9 to 11 at 109 Hobson, and you do not need to register to attend. As part of the 2026 street paving program, Hobson and Crescent avenues have been milled and resurfaced. The full program includes more than 15 miles of city streets this year. Approximately 20% of the program has been completed already. And again, all of that funding is coming in from our Roads Now initiative. Very proud of the work that's being done, and they're moving really, really fast on those projects. Special Olympics Arkansas, in partnership with the Texas Roadhouse, is having its annual Tip a Cop event. That's Tuesday, April the 14th from 5 to 9, so next Tuesday. It's going to be at Texas Roadhouse at 2837 Central Avenue. This is something that our police department has done for quite some time at various restaurants. This one will be Texas Roadhouse, and I think the chief told me last year they raised a little over $10,000. So great work that our officers are doing there in support of Special Olympics. Spring Fling, I want to remind everyone about the annual Spring Fling cleanup. That's going to take place on the weekend of April 25th and 26th. It's offering residents free opportunity to dispose of unwanted waste. This is the one where we put some of the roll-off dumpsters in all 6 districts, sporadic throughout the city. That'll be happening that Saturday morning and will conclude about 3 o'clock on Sunday. Residents are encouraged to clean their properties and large items. They can place these beside the container. If they can't get it up in the container, just set it next to it. We have staff that'll take care of that. We will not be accepting any hazardous waste, tires, or yard waste at that event. But it's a great opportunity. We get a lot of calls on, hey, when is Spring Fling this year? That'll be the 25th and 26th. If you need to have questions about locations, contact the Solid Waste Department. They can give you a list of those, and there'll be a list of those sites also on our website. March 31st, Human Resources participated in mock interviews out at Lake Hamilton, working with more than 300 students. The event provided real-world interview practice with local professionals, offering feedback to help students build confidence and prepare for future careers. This is something that we've been really active in over the past 2 or 3 years, trying to hit all of these draft day days that they have in the schools, trying to recruit and letting those students know that may not be going to a 4-year college or a 2-year college, that there are opportunities here locally, and we're able to share a lot of the positions that we have here in the city. Parks and Recreation hosted the annual Tykes, Trikes, and Trails event March 27th at Velocity Park. It was a really good turnout, had about 75 attendees. Participants enjoyed bike ride, pump track activities, and several attendees won bikes and helmets through partner donations. So we appreciate those community partners that donated those bikes for that event. As Gary mentioned, the city water treatment plant, we had our ribbon cutting yesterday. What a great day it was. We had great chamber weather out there, but really appreciate Congressman Westerman fitting that into his schedule and being there to help cut that ribbon. For those that don't know, Congressman Westerman was very beneficial in helping us get the agreement signed through MAWA and the Corps of Engineers. Actually, the Assistant Secretary of the Army signed that the day he was leaving office. There's a whole story behind that, but we appreciate his efforts in getting us across that finish line. That started back in 2000, this 22 years ago, this started. It stalled, and then in 2012, we really picked up the mantle because we were having some real issues with our own water supply. And here we are 14 years later, we're able to cut the ribbon on that. Appreciate the Chamber ambassadors being there to cut the ribbon. Hot Springs Fire Department, their honor guard to present the colors. We had our state legislators there, county representatives there, quorum court members, our city board. Just appreciate everyone that made time to come out and see that facility. And so far, everybody I've talked to that went on the tour or saw the building, they were extremely impressed with what we were able to achieve and build. And then finally, there's several work sessions that we have coming up with the board. I'll send those to you. These are the work sessions that the board has charged staff with. The first one is April the 14th. We invite our development community to come in and have some dialogue with the board on impact fees. And so we're looking forward to that discussion as we will be bringing that particular item back to the board at their May 5th meeting. We're also scheduling the Majestic site proposals. We'll have one with the library, one with Summit Arena, and then our sports rec master plan will be ready April the 28th to present to the board. There won't be any action that day other than to show you the 4 locations and more information about the master plan and what they were able to bring to us. Talked a little bit about police chiefs. I've been able to meet with an interview committee that I formed, and I use them for advice and counsel, but at the end of the day, the decision of the police chief will be mine. I'll still make that, but I enjoy having others there, a diverse group of our community to help look at that and talk about and interview these individuals. We had 8 applicants. I believe we had 4 external, 4 internal. We were able to narrow that down to 3. We'll have those interviews coming up next week. Those 3 is Captain Scott Lampinen, Captain Larry Patrick, and then Chief Chapman, prior Chief Chapman will be here. And those are the 3 that we'll be interviewing. Had 8 great applicants. Really pleased with what we were able to pull in. But those were the 3 that seemed to float to the top for everyone on the committee, including myself. So looking forward to moving forward with our police chief candidates and having those interviews. Church Street, the board asked me to meet with Janice Davis and many of the vendors there. We were able to have that meeting, had a great meeting, had much discussion. We'll be bringing something back to the board real soon on that. That's another one that I think is coming back to the board on May the 5th. But we had a really good meeting. And I think we've come to some agreements there. I know the city attorney will be helping me work out a memorandum of understanding for that. And then finally, airport tenants. We continue to get feedback from our tenants and our pilots out at the airport. Really a good group, getting a lot of feedback. We've already developed a form that's gone out to all of the tenants to where they can, it's a fillable form. They can fill in any issues that they have with the actual hangars to where we can start compiling any of that information and hopefully be able to put a small project together to where we can bid that out and have a company come in and knock out several things at once. So a lot of things happening. Staff's really busy, but wanted to give you a pretty good report tonight of a lot of the things that we have sitting out there. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Very good. Thank you very much. Any questions of Bill? Thank you. This time we'll hear from individual directors on announcements of upcoming events. Director Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to make the public aware of an event that is coming up on Saturday, April 25th at 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at the Vapors located at 315 Park Avenue. It's an event that High Impact Movement is hosting. It's a fundraiser titled The Gatsby. It's an evening of fundraising to enrich the lives of students in Hot Springs. And the High Impact Movement has received statewide recognition for their after-school programming, and that's something that's very critical here in our community, and we need as much support as possible for it. To obtain tickets, you can go online at www.highimpactinc.org, and you can also call them at 501-412-4462. This is a worthy cause to support, so if you want a fun evening and also to help this program, think about April 25th, the Gatsby. Thank you.
Very good. Director Webb.
Thank you, Mayor. Got a couple of events. The first is coming up a week from today, April 14th at 10 a.m., and this is a free Narcan training being held at the Garland County Library at 1427 Malvern Avenue. The Hot Springs Police Department Overdose Response Team will host a Narcan training on this date at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Garland County Library. This is a free event. The training will cover how to recognize and respond to an opioid overdose using Narcan. Attendees will receive a free box of Narcan. Seating is limited, so it is best to RSVP as soon as you can, and to do that, you need to call Carrie Montgomery at 501-762-4317, or you can call 501-321-6789, extension 7724. Would y'all like those numbers again? It's a lot of numbers together. So Carrie's number is 501-762-4317. And then the second option is 501-321-6789. And then the extension is 7724. The second event, Mayor, is what was previously mentioned by the Junior Auxiliary of Garland County. I'm going to bring it up again, and that's Crawls for Kids. That's coming up just a few days, April 11th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's over at Hot Springs Memorial Field, the airport, 525 Airport Road. This is a fun-filled crawfish boiling benefit that provides a fundraising opportunity for Tri-Lakes CASA. All the proceeds go directly towards supporting children in foster care right here in our community. Tickets are $30 per person, and they can be purchased at givebutter.com. There you go. Thank you, Mayor.
Very nice. Other announcements of upcoming events? Director Dobbs Smith.
Well, it's that time of year again. It's almost time for the annual Garland County Master Gardeners Plant Sale. Will be held on Saturday, the 25th. Get there early because it's first come, first served. We grow all of the plants ourselves, and it's really a fun event.
Additional announcements? Director Holliday.
Thank you. I want to share with everyone that Sunday, April 19th from 11 to 3 is Junior Ranger Day and Navy Week. So Junior Ranger Day, it's part of the National Junior Ranger program, and it celebrates National Park Week. So the event includes multiple activity areas to explore what park rangers do, and there's large swearing-in ceremonies for the kids. The event also features representatives from the U.S. Navy. So again, that is downtown in Arlington Park with our National Park Rangers. Junior Ranger Day, Sunday, April 19th from 11 to 3.
Very good. Additional announcements? I have a couple. The month of April, we have regularly participated in the Challenge for Water Conservation. The Wyland National Mayor's Challenge for Water Conservation is ongoing at this time. It's kind of weird, we're talking about conservation, we just put a new plant online. But even with a new plant, there's still a lot of expense to operate, and we certainly don't want to be wasteful. So I'm encouraging all residents to participate in the Water Conservation Challenge. You can sign up for, residents can pledge to conserve water at mywaterpledge.com. That's mywaterpledge.com, supporting efforts to make small changes in their lives to manage our water resources better and improve health of our ocean, lakes, rivers, streams, and wetlands. Now, a number of years ago, we took like second or something like
We did,
that.
we were runners up.
Runners up, and we've kind of fallen off
the
over
nation.
the years.
In
In the
the
nation. Yeah, just not here in our community, state, but the nation.
It's free and safe to sign up.
So, no cost to sign up, mywaterpledge.com. Now, Director Webb got an email from an 8th grader at Lake Hamilton School. He invited me to their play, The Little Mermaid.
You should go.
April 7th, 8th, and 9th. So May 7th and 8th at 7 p.m. and May 9th at 2 p.m. I'm going to try to make one of those. 7 p.m. is probably doable. So join me out. I'm not sure where those plays take place. They got a big auditorium there, or is it? They said school aid grades 5 through 12. So would that be at the main auditorium?
Yes, Mayor. The play will be at the high school auditorium and theater,
Very nice. Well,
and you should go. It
Well-
will be a good play. It is a good play.
My grandkids.
very good.
Mhm.
Well,
Take
we'll
your
try to
grandkids
fit that
with you.
into my schedule, and please fit it into all of yours. So if there's no additional announcements, we're going to move on to the consent agenda. These are of a routine nature that do not merit individual discussion. So I'll entertain a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Director Garcia.
Second.
Director Trustee, I got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed, same sign. Thank you. Consent agenda is approved. Now, within the consent agenda, we had a number of appointments to various boards and commissions. I see George Sweebel in the back. George, thank you so much. He's a member of the Hot Springs Development Advisory Committee. Melinda Schunk, is Melinda here? No. I thought I saw her. Historic District Commission. Virginia La Liberty, right out front here. You've seen her a little earlier today. The Hot Springs Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee, thank you very much. Hot Springs Planning Commission, Bill Vall, Bill Lamont, and Wallace Stone. Wallace is here. Not sure I see the others. And then the Hot Springs Board of Zoning Adjustment, Board of Adjustments and Appeals, Bill Lamont and Ashley Campbell. So I want to thank each and every one of you for stepping up and serving our community in this way. So that completes the consent agenda. Now we're moving on to new business. At this time, we'll consider Resolution R-26-75, and that's City Attorney to read by title.
Resolution R-26-75, a resolution declaring a certain structure located at 115 Magnolia Street a nuisance and condemning same pursuant to Title 17 of the Hot Springs Code. That concludes your reading, Mayor. If you would, entertain a motion second to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Director Webb, seconded by Director Trustee. The staff report will be provided by James Hardage, Neighborhood Services Manager. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Board. I appreciate you letting me be here tonight. The City of Hot Springs is proposing the condemnation and subsequent removal of a vacant residence located at 115 Magnolia Street. This structure is located in District 1. The owner, the David Kawicki LLC, has owned the property since 2023. During the 17 years between 2008 and 2025, Neighborhood Services inspectors issued 7 vacant structure notices to various owners of record. Those inspections consistently documented severe damage to the exterior walls, the roof, as well as structural failure of the porch and a failure to secure the building from authorized entry. The current owner, excuse me, did obtain a building permit in July of 2024 and repaired the front porch and entryway. However, a follow-up inspection last December confirmed that the structure remained unsafe. We noted that an entire exterior wall and structural members on the right side of the structure was missing completely, This exposed the interior of the structure to easy access. During the past week, the owner gifted the metal roofing on the structure to a local resident since it matched some of the roofing on one of her other homes. During a follow-up inspection today, I noted that there was a crew on the roof removing that metal roofing, and that is going to result in multiple holes and exposure to the interior from that roof. Under the Hot Springs Property Maintenance Code, Section 111, and the Arkansas Fire Prevention Code, Volume 2, buildings, this building is considered unsafe as it does not meet the requirements set forth in those standards. Due to the extent of the deterioration and the lack of a reasonable alternative for the stabilization, it is recommended that the structure be raised and removed to mitigate public health and safety risk.
Any questions of Mr. Hartage? Director Webb?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So, Mr. Hartage, what you just shared with us, the roof being removed, that was noticed today, you said?
Yes, sir.
Mayor?
Were there any notifications given to the city by the property owner as to the reason for the roof being moved?
The local resident that's receiving the gift of the metal texted one of my inspectors and asked when we were going to remove it because she needed to get in a hurry. She wanted to know if she needed to hurry and get out there.
So
And that's how we found out that the metal was being taken off the roof.
Okay, so was the intention just to kind of salvage what's still on the property?
Yes.
Is it your understanding, are there any plans to replace that metal roof? Or was it just to get what's existing there to salvage, to give to somebody next door without any intention to put back up something to serve as a roof?
Correct. I'm sorry. The owner is here tonight, and he is in favor of the condemnation and removal of the structure. And with the knowledge that the structure is going to be condemned, he's salvaging what can be salvaged and scavenging what can be gotten rid of.
Thank you.
Okay. Any additional questions of Mr. Hartage? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, do you have any comments you'd like to make? You can come to the microphone and state your name and address, please.
My name is Kavika Morelli. I live at 609 South Street. I've thrown thousands of dollars at this place trying to keep up and, get it, but it was a hoarder's house. Once we got it all emptied inside, then we found that the second-story apartment had been exposed to water, so it got dangerous for my guys to fall through. So I said, we're done. I don't want no one getting hurt. And then the city wanted me to do different things, and you'll see I redid the wall in front of it because it was coming down. And I did. I have every intentions. I have the Victorian next door to it too. And every house I've done in Hot Springs, I take it serious and I do them right. This one's over my head, and the houses aren't moving, so the money's not there and it would be crazy. It would just, it's a death. I mean, it's coming down. As far as the roof, it's the special tin covering. Well, we kind of jumped the gun. I just said, yeah, before they take it, because I'd already agreed. And I said, before they take it, yes, I want you to save it. It's Andy with the cottage courts. She has plenty of old houses. She's trying to, so I just told her, yeah, of course, you can have anything you want for your property. So we weren't trying to do anything sneaking.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We appreciate you.
But no, and then the bids I was getting to come, they wanted to bulldoze the wall. They wanted to do this. And then when I was talking to your people, and you guys do it so much more simple, I said, by God, thank you. I wish you wouldn't have put it in Facebook, though. My God, everybody thinks that house is savable. I had to post pictures. It's not the cute little house you think it is. But no, I really appreciate you. And I've tried to, I wanted to save it, but it's down.
Well, we appreciate your understanding and your move in this direction.
Oh, and I'll gladly pay you back.
Are there any,
I appreciate the heck out of you people. I really do.
Are there any questions of the gentleman? Hearing none, thank you. Did we have anybody sign up?
No, sir.
Discussion amongst directors? Hearing none, please call the vote.
Director Holliday.
Aye.
Beard.
Aye.
Dobbs Smith.
Aye.
Webb.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Trustee?
Aye.
Mayor McCabe?
Aye. Resolution is adopted. We'll move on to consider ordinance O-26-12. I'll entertain a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read by title. Director Trustee?
Second.
Seconded by Director Webb. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Council, please read by title.
Ordinance O-26-12, an ordinance amending the zoning map for part of Lot 6 of Block 104 of Hot Springs Reservation, commonly known as 415 Quapaw Avenue, from neighborhood commercial CN to residential neighborhood 5, RN5, amending the future land use map, plan map designation to residential medium high and for other purposes. That concludes your reading, Mayor. If you would, entertain a motion second to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to
Director
adopt.
Trustee, seconded by Director Garcia. Staff report will be provided by Ms. Kathy Selman, Planning and Development Director. Welcome.
Thank you. Property owner is Mr. Robert Kempkes. This is a property that has a residential structure that was constructed approximately 1900, according to the Garland County Assessor's Office. Adjacent and nearby land uses include multifamily residential, single-family residential, bed and breakfast, multi-tenant commercial buildings, office, retail, restaurant, and a financial institution. Mr. Kempkes proposes to renovate the property into two-story townhouses, maintaining the residential character of the neighborhood. And the building will be renovated using historic rehabilitation tax credits, ensuring that its historic integrity will be retained, and another renovated structure will be available in the historic district. These new units will add needed housing in the expanding downtown area. The applicant's tax credit use and proposed duplex townhomes fulfill Forward Hot Springs 2040 comprehensive plan goals for in-town neighborhoods, which envision in part how neighborhoods surrounding downtown can support population growth by including duplexes and also by emphasizing sensitive approaches to individual historic and cultural context. And the applicant's use of tax credits underscores respect for the historic context of the structure. Rezoning this property to RN5, Residential Neighborhood 5 District, would correct the non-conforming use of the property, as residential uses are not allowed in the existing CN Neighborhood Commercial District zone. The zoning map finding to Planning Commission was that the applicant successfully demonstrates that the standards for favorable consideration have been met. Planning Commission is able to establish a basis for recommending to the Board of Directors that the proposed change demonstrates compatibility with surrounding development and zoning, would fulfill a demonstrated public need for housing, and is consistent with the objectives of the zoning code. Planning Commission, at their duly advertised March 12th, 2026 meeting, voted 7-0 to accept the staff report findings and recommendation, and now recommend that you adopt the ordinance. There was no testimony from the public at that meeting.
Any questions of Ms. Selman from the board members? Director Holliday?
Thank you. One quick question. With this going to RN5, does this particular structure meet all of the dimensional standards, or will we have a variance coming back later?
I believe the dimensional standards will be met. This is an existing building. There is no nonconformity that I'm aware of that would be caused by this change of zone.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions? Did we have anybody sign up?
No, sir.
Discussion amongst directors. Hearing none, please call the roll.
Director Beard?
Aye.
Dobbs Smith?
Aye.
Webb?
Aye.
Garcia? Aye. Trustee?
Aye.
Holliday?
Aye.
Mayor McCabe?
Aye. Ordinance is adopted. Moving on to consider ordinance O-26-13, and I'll entertain a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read by title.
So moved.
Director Webb, seconded by
Second.
Director Dobb Smith. All in favor of suspending the rules and read by title, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Please read by title.
Ordinance O-26-13, an ordinance amending the zoning map for part of Lot 1 of Block 22 of Forest Hill subdivision, generally Fairmont and Delaware Streets, from residential neighborhood 5 RN5 to residential neighborhood 3 RN3. And for other purposes, that concludes your reading, Mayor. If you would entertain a motion second to adopt.
Motion to adopt, Director Trustee, seconded by Director Webb. And again, Ms. Selman, Planning and Development Director, will provide the staff report.
Thank you. Lance Levy is the applicant and property owner. The property is located in Board District Number 5. The property now is approximately 0.16 of an acre and has approximately 140 feet of street frontage along Fairmont Street and approximately 50 feet of frontage along Delaware Street. Hot Springs Code, Section 16.2.4.1, explain the purpose of the RN3 zone district as follows. RN3 Residential Neighborhood 3 District is intended to accommodate both existing and future single-family development on relatively small lots of at least 3,000 square feet in area. The RN3 district also does accommodate select compatible other uses. Hot Springs Housing Strategy of 2023 suggests partnering with private developers to provide new housing and to consider new infill housing opportunities on vacant land. The applicant stated in his application, "I plan on building these homes to rent. They will have brick exteriors with vinyl metal on the soffit and fascia." And the staff report recommendation to Planning Commission was to recommend that the Board of Directors adopt an ordinance to amend the zoning map by designating the property RN3 Residential 3 Neighborhood District because the change demonstrates compatibility with surrounding development and zoning, is consistent with the objective of the zoning code, implements the adopted housing strategy, and is consistent with the future land use plan map designation. Planning Commission, at their duly advertised March 12, 2026 meeting, voted 7-0 to accept the staff report findings and recommendation, and now recommend that the Board of Directors adopt the ordinance amending the zoning map from RN5 to RN3.
Any questions of Ms. Selman? Director Dobb Smith?
We have two of these that are coming up, this one and the next that are 5 to 3. What are the other uses? You said, I know this is intended to increase the density, but what are the other uses that could be there?
Oh, man.
As we know, the zoning goes with the land, not the person.
It does.
And Mr. Levy wants to put in houses, and he's done several in District
Right.
3 and around the city and done a great job. But if he is not here, what else could happen there?
There are very few other things that can happen there. Church, school, daycare are some of the uses.
Okay, thank you.
It is a residential zone.
It is a residential zone, yes.
Any additional questions? Director Trustee?
Thank you, Mayor. Kathy, nothing's been on this property. It's undeveloped. I
That's
drove
correct.
by, I didn't see remnants of any structure ever been there.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Director Holliday?
Thank you. This is actually to answer Director Dobb Smith's question. I just flipped through the table of permitted uses, and RN3 is actually more restrictive as far as uses are concerned.
It is quite restricted because of the lot size.
Director Garcia?
Thank you, Mayor. And this does support the city's goal for housing, in helping with our housing
Yes, it does.
in the community. Thank you.
Anyone else? Hearing none, thank you. We do have one individual signed up, and that is Mr. Lance Levy. Are you good?
I'm good. If anybody's got any questions, I can sit down.
You're probably fine. Okay. Anybody else want to speak for or against? Hearing none. Discussion amongst directors? Hearing none. Please call the roll.
Director Dobbs Smith.
Aye.
Webb.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Trustee.
Aye.
Holliday.
Aye.
Beard.
Aye.
Mayor McCabe.
Aye. Ordinance is adopted. Final ordinance is to consider O-26-14, and I'll entertain a motion and a second to suspend the rules and read by title.
So moved.
Director Trustee, seconded by
Second.
Director Holliday. Is that Holliday or Director Garcia?
It was a jinx. It was a
I
good
think it
one.
was both of you. Director Garcia? All right, we'll give it to Director Garcia. So, please read by title.
All in favor?
All in favor of the motion to suspend the rules and read by title signify by saying aye. Aye. Post same sign. Please read by title quickly.
Ordinance O-26-14, an ordinance amending the zoning map for 1.54 acres of unplatted land generally located at Stover, Blair, and Kent Streets, from residential neighborhood 5, RN5, to residential neighborhood 3, RN3, and for other purposes. That concludes your reading, Mayor. If you would, entertain a motion second to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Director Garcia, seconded by Director Webb. Staff report will be provided by Ms. Selman.
Thank you.
Your title's the same, Planning and
It is.
Development Director.
Thank you. The applicant and property owner is Lance Levy. This request is to change zoning from RN5 to RN3. The future land use map designation is residential medium high. It's located in Board District Number 3. The surrounding land uses include Department of Human Services, the Moose Lodge, single-family and multifamily residential. This property is approximately 1.5 acres, has approximate dimensions of 414 feet wide by 164 feet in depth. It is currently undeveloped, and the applicant's desire is to construct single-family homes on the site. There is, you may have noticed, an adjacent lot zoned RN5 at this time that's under development by someone else, and that is a duplex that is being constructed there. The regulations for RN3, again, intended to accommodate both existing and future single-family development on relatively small lots. The City of Hot Springs Housing Strategy 2023 suggests partnering with private developers to provide new housing and also to consider new infill housing opportunities on vacant land. And once again, the applicant states he is proposing to change the zoning of the property on Stover Street from RN5 to RN3 to allow me to build 11 single-family houses ranging from 1,000 to 1,300 square feet on these lots. The houses will be brick with garages. The staff recommendation to Planning Commission was to recommend that the Board of Directors adopt an ordinance to amend the zoning map by designating the subject property RN3 Residential Neighborhood 3 District because the change demonstrates compatibility with surrounding development and zoning, creates no nonconformities as it is undeveloped, is consistent with the objective of the zoning code, implements the adopted housing strategy, and is consistent with the future land use plan map designation of residential medium high. Planning Commission at their duly advertised March 12, 2026 meeting voted 7-0 to accept the staff report findings and recommendation, and now recommend to you to adopt the ordinance amending the zoning map for 1.54 acres of unplatted land generally located at Stover and Blair Streets from RN5 to RN3. There was one person testifying, Ms. Noble, of 316 Stover Street, and she asked about the width of Stover Street. And that concludes the presentation.
Any questions of Ms. Selman? Director Webb?
Thank you, Mayor. So, Ms. Selman, the question I have probably pertains more for educational purposes for me and maybe others that are listening in. How, and this is the question, and then I want to just share some things with you. How does changing it to RN3, moving it out of RN5, how does that complement more of the objective of the zoning code and help this change in zone be more consistent with the future land use map? I did notice, that's the question. I did notice that, and this is what's across the street from the airport, right? Kind of in that area.
Kind of, yes.
General area. There isn't any current development there. Would the reason for the requested change be because RN3 pertains more or less towards homes that are in smaller square footage than RN5, or are there some other reasons? Why would it be a benefiting factor for the city to make this change in code?
The existing character of the neighborhood is not boring. There's a lot going on in that neighborhood. This is an opportunity for the owner applicant to build single-family homes, which will be affordable. And that is what he wishes to do. The RN5 minimum lot size is larger than it is in the RN3 district. And so this allows more single-family homes to be built.
Got you. Thank you.
Any additional, Director Trustee?
Thank you, Mayor. Kathy, you mentioned about the duplex that's being built. Where is it in relation to this 1.54 acre tract? Is it
It is,
east? Is it south?
let's look at the map. I'm not gonna,
East.
Did we have a map on this one? I'm sorry if we did.
It's east.
It looks like that duplex is on the corner lot.
you know what? I would say that's the east.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay. I see the 1.54. Yeah, it looks like that's up on the corner of Blair and Stover. Okay. Thank you.
Additional questions? Director Holliday?
Thank you. I noticed in the department comments that it's denied by stormwater, but is that just pending?
That is
Let me go back.
pending the application and approval of a stormwater plan.
Okay. So it ultimately doesn't really have anything to do with this part as long as that's done in the future.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any additional questions? Director Dobbs Smith?
My question was kind of along the stormwater too, because I noticed it was sort of sunken. So you said the lots are larger in 5 than 3?
Counterintuitive, but yes. Yes.
It is counterintuitive. So all we're doing is changing the zoning. Before anything is built there, they will have to go through site plans, through, when you drive up Stover and you pass where that construction is on the, it says road narrows, and it narrows. It's like, that looks like that used to be out in the country, and it turns into almost a 1-lane road. And it looked like on the plans, maybe the houses face Stover, if they get built that way.
Well, the plan
Doesn't
is
matter.
prospective,
Okay.
so yeah.
But my concern is with 11 houses, is that going to be wide enough to get fire down there? Will that have to come through with the planning later?
Subdivision of the land will occur to create the lots. At that time, the provision of access, utilities, naming the lots, and so forth will occur, and all city departments will weigh in.
Thank you.
So again, tonight, we're just approving the zone. We're not approving number of structures or any specific plans for the development. Any additional questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
We do have two people who'd like to speak on this item. First, I'll call on Ms. Pam Noble. Ms. Noble, please come forward and restate your name, address, and district, please.
Pam Noble, 316 Stover, District 3. My concern is, like Director Smith, the width of the street. There's not, two cars can't pass safely through there. And if first responders do respond, they're going to, if they run into another vehicle, they're going to have issues. Also, the RN3, they said selective other uses. Does that include rental under the RN3 uses? Or is it just houses to be sold? Okay.
You can continue on, then
Okay.
then Kathy can come up
Okay.
and answer any of these questions.
If you have 11 structures facing Stover, which is a narrow street, you're going to have either 11 cars or 22 cars. With the added duplex at the end, you're going to add 2 to 4 more cars. That's a high traffic area for such a narrow street, that, and also Blair. And the stop signs that are at the intersection of Stover and Kent, where Kent dead ends into Stover, those are not honored. Very rarely they may have a slow foot or no foot. And if you have children in any of those 11 houses, then that's another issue because of the width of the street.
Okay. Any questions of Ms. Ms. Noble? Kathy, you want to address some of the questions?
This does not, zoning doesn't address the ownership of the home. It strictly relates to the use as a residence. So whether it is rented or sold or owned is not regulated by zoning.
Just to clarify, it would not be permitted for short-term rental, but it.
Short-term rental is out of the question, right?
And the question regarding the width of the street, Kathy, is there something that's the developer's responsible for, or we're responsible for, or it's just existing and?
Typically, the width and improvement of the street is a developer responsibility at the time of subdivision. That is not a standard for zoning.
Director Webb?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So to that point, are there any plans that have been submitted to address the development of the subdivisions? And in those plans, if they are submitted, are there any that address the width of that street to be modified, widened?
There are no plans.
Okay, so the zoning, what we're voting on here today, doesn't necessarily pertain to any of the development,
No,
correct?
it pertains only to uses and lot size.
If anything were to address the width of Stover perchance moving forward based on the development, when does that make an appearance?
At the time of subdivision.
Okay.
When the lots are created, engineering, public works, utilities, all of the departments with any regulations that affect development will be involved in making recommendations and being sure that the development itself does comply with all of the existing regulations.
Based on your knowledge of the current width of Stover and what could potentially happen as a development, do you have any intentions to address the width of Stover moving forward at time of subdivision?
It will be addressed
It will
at the
be?
time of subdivision. Mhm.
Any additional questions of the board? Director Garcia?
Thank you, Mayor. And if I understand correctly, nothing has been submitted for plans or and nothing's come forward to even look at subdivision or creating the lots. So we don't have any information requesting that all of the housing or structures would be facing Stover Street.
We don't have any official application regarding anything other than zoning.
So everything pertaining to those questions is addressed at that time.
Yes,
Thank
it
you.
is.
Any additional questions of Ms. Selman?
Zoning really is a preliminary matter. I mean, it's, you know, what ball to bring to the game, then we'll know what game we're playing.
Right.
Okay. Again, we asked Ms. Selman to come back to the microphone to address the question that Ms. Noble posed. This time, I'd like to call upon Mr. Lance Levy. If you'd like to come forward and make comment, restate your name, address, and district, please.
Shorter people have been here, so good. Lance Levy, 212 Sunset Bay Road. To answer some of the questions, the houses, if passed, would face Stover. And there is a plat that a legal survey that I've done that has 11 lots on there. It is a narrower street. Unfortunately, fortunately, this has been in the city. I think the street has been in the city for years and years. I don't know if it was ever annexed like a lot of the city has been on the other side of the freeway. This city faces a lot of narrow streets, and not just there, but in other places that I've looked to do things. And if the city wants affordable housing, but is looking to people like me to widen streets that have been in the city for a long time, I'm not your person. And if that's required of me, I just won't do the project. I'll sell the land. It's not economically feasible to widen the street, to put in a fire hydrant, to put drainage, reinforced concrete pipes, all the things that the city requires to build and do certain things. These are existing roads, and still make money selling houses for $225,000, which is a lot of money. But as y'all know, things cost a lot now. It's not 2019, it's 2026, and the cost of doing business has gone up substantially and is increasing right now. When the city goes to buy plumbing pipes and different things, they're going to get awakening, probably 10 to 20% increase in prices. Cement, concrete just is going up $4 to $5 a yard. So when you're pouring things around the city, I face the same challenges as y'all do, and again, I just won't build it. I'll do something else with the land. RN5, if I'm correct, I could put multifamily, I think up to 30 units, but that's not my business model. I'm a single family person. I don't even like doing duplexes. I've owned duplexes, and when two people live next door to each other, I get phone calls, and I don't want those phone calls. If two adults can't get along, I can't do that. But any questions from y'all?
Any questions for Mr. Levy? Hearing none, thank you.
Can I ask Kathy a question while we're all here for the record? If this goes to RN3.
Hey, Lance, speak into the microphone.
Okay. If this goes into RN3, and then I go to do the zoning, and then all these things are asked of me that it's not economically feasible, and I want to go back to RN5, do I go through this whole process again?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good. Any additional comments, Mr. Levy? You're all good. Thank you. That completes those who have signed up to speak on that matter. Discussion amongst directors. Mr. Director Webb, did you have a comment?
Not at this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Any comments or discussion amongst directors? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Director Webb.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Trustee.
Aye.
Holliday.
Aye.
Beard.
No.
Dobbs Smith.
No.
Mayor McCabe.
Aye. Ordinance passes 5-2. We're moving on to Board of Directors' items for discussion. Do directors have items for discussion? Director Webb.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm looking for some words. Just give me a second. I have to shake some stuff around in there. I want to just say this. This past Thursday, I was blessed with an opportunity not just to represent Hot Springs, but to also represent Garland County and the state of Arkansas by accepting a check from AORP in the amount of $302,000 to continue the prevention recovery program that is currently in place at the Hot Springs School District on both the junior and senior high campuses. And this is to continue its program for another 2 years. And I couldn't have been more proud that day to accept that for the school district, for our city, for our county, and for what it says for the care that so many of us in this room, in this city, and in this state have for the children that are in our public school systems. A lot of people who were influential and helpful with me to create the program narrative for this program, which dates all the way back to June of 23, are in this room. One being Chief Harberton. So I want to tell you thank you and your entire police department. And please pass my thanks to Carrie Montgomery. She was very helpful in me, or with me, to create the program narrative. City Manager Bill Burrow, you were very helpful along the way too. And many of y'all were just supportive. Mayor McCabe, you were. B, you were very supportive. All the directors were supportive, so I want to thank all of you. I remember you, Director Dobbs Smith, being at the initial check presentation at the Hot Springs School District School Board meeting in late of 2023. So that process, which dates all the way back to June of 23, at an Arkansas Municipal League conference that took place in Little Rock. And it started with a simple conversation that I was having with AORP Director Kirk Lane and Deputy Director Tanisha Barnes over lunch. And the lunch was great. The people were great. But the in-depth conversation that was taking place is what led to where we are today. So I want to extend an even more special thanks to the Municipal League for providing that support in those conferences to cities like Hot Springs and so many other cities across the state of Arkansas, because that conference is what allowed us to bring back to our city, for our youth, for the future of Hot Springs, for the future of our state, at that time $237,000 and now another $302,000 to provide a program that provides a proactive approach to giving our youth a safeguard against opioid overdose by providing prevention and educational pieces. Also provides substance abuse awareness to our youth and their families. Helps reduce the stigma that's associated with narcotics and substance abuse in general. Helps us build and establish and maintain coalitions throughout Garland County. And then also enables us to provide crucial educational pieces that not only the students benefit by undertaking, but also their families as well. So it was an honor that day to receive that check in representation of the Hot Springs School District in our city and county, but then also to see that through the results and the success that this program is having with the Hot Springs School District, there are now 4 other school districts in the state that are going to implement this very program, bringing the total amount of money going towards this preventative approach to right at $1.5 million. So big kudos again to AORP, their board. There are so many community leaders here in Hot Springs who were also had a huge influence, not just from a supportive position, but also a helpful position in creating that program narrative, who I don't see here tonight. And that list is really long, but I want to say a few of their names because they were highly influential in helping to put all of the pieces together. Judge Mahoney is one of those. Sheriff McCormick is one of those. Esther Dixon, who at the time was a JP, was one of those. Dayton Myers was one of those. JP Jimmy Young was one of those as well. And the list literally continues to go on and on and on. I want to give a special thanks as well to State Representative Richard McGrew, who took time out of his busy schedule Thursday of last week to be at this recognition event with me. He does a lot of work in that field for the state, and he is supportive of this program moving forward. So it's my hope and desire that through another additional 2 years at Hot Springs School District that we are able to at some point reach out and provide at minimum emergency services for the other school districts in Garland County, and that we continue to see that number of other school districts in the state of Arkansas grow. 4 is nice, but would it not be even nicer to see 15, 20, at least one in every county? So that's the intention. I think moving forward for this program is to see its growth take off throughout the state, and then also other states look at what we are doing here in Arkansas to provide this preventative approach, to provide this safeguard for our youth, and see that spark ignite in other states as well. So just my hat goes off to so many of our community leaders here in Hot Springs. This really shows that our heart is in the right place. We put our heart where our youth are, so that the future of Hot Springs is always bright. So just thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Good job. Any other Board of Directors items for discussion? I see that we do have a person that signed up for public commentary, but before we go there, because we have to conclude our meeting, I'd like to go into executive session to discuss terms of employment for both the city manager and city attorney. I'd like to entertain a motion in a second to retire to executive session. Director Garcia, seconded by Director Trustee. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Pose same sign. We'll be back hopefully shortly. We're going to reconvene from executive session. I want to apologize for the length of time. We did have a good discussion, and within executive session, I know we have a gentleman that signed up for public commentary, and we're going to be happy to address, have him come forward at the conclusion of this meeting. The purpose of the executive session was to discuss the terms of employment for both the city manager and city attorney. Do we have any action to take this evening? Director Garcia?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Yes, I move for amendment to the, our city manager and city attorney contracts, and to bring them in alignment with ICMA recommendations and standards for a term of change to 3 years. And this would be a change in the term in Section 1. And then there's wording change in applicable in Section E.
Very good. Do I have a motion? That's a form of a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I got a second from Director.
And that also authorizes, if adopted, for the mayor to sign on behalf of the entire board.
Thank
And I'll
you.
second that.
Thank you.
Mayor, just from a matter of clarification, you're talking about section 12, paragraph E, and is this part of a written document that you all have been reviewing?
Yes, and the mayor has the marked up,
Okay, so the motion is to approve what he has
the
marked up?
copy he has.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
I know we had ample discussion in executive session. Do we do discussion here on this document?
Only to the extent you deem it necessary.
Okay. Like I said, we had multiple discussions, hour-long discussions, so please call the roll.
Director Garcia.
Aye.
Trustee.
Aye.
Holliday.
Aye.
Beard.
No.
Dobbs Smith.
Aye.
Webb.
Abstain.
Mayor McCabe.
Aye. Amendment to the professional services agreement for the employee services and employment as city manager and city attorney has been approved. Any comments? Director Beard, you wanted to make comment. Did you want to make comment?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. What happened, this action was not explained to my liking, so I voted no.
Very good. Director Webb?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to just state, too, for the record, that there wasn't enough time for myself to process everything, and that explains my vote of abstain.
Very good. We'd already just had Board of Directors items for discussion earlier before we adjourned, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mayor, I move to adjourn.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Well, same sign. We are adjourned, but we're going to still have public comment.